Well, we all get periods, women that is, and it is true that we still don't talk about it enough. It's for exactly this reason that now there is a foundation celebrating a full Mahotsav. We are talking about Maharashtra's Muse Foundation celebrating what they call is a Masik Mahotsav. This year, they're celebrating it in 11 countries around the world, and we got you a glimpse.
This is Masika Mahotsav, a week-long festival that aims to destigmatize periods through sports, arts and culture programs across the entire country. We're at a Navi Mumbai performance, where community members have come out to watch and to participate.
नमस्कार 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 आप सभी ने मुझे पहचाना नहीं किसी ने नहीं पहचाना अरे मैं तो वही हूँ जिसके बारे में लोग बात करने में शर्माते हैं और तो न जाने क्या क्या सोचते हैं सोचो सोचो मैं कौन हूँ क्या क्या अरे सही कहा तो मैं पीरियड्स हूँ.
Launched by the Muse Foundation in 2017, the 8th edition this year is being held across more than 10 states. Communities are being engaged through music, dance, graffiti, Kavi Sammelans and workshops with experts. We asked the actors a little bit more about what they were performing.
हमने जो प्ले किया है वो था पीरियड्स के बारे में. मतलब बहुत सारे मिथ्स होते हैं लोगों के मन में कि पीरियड्स अगर लड़की को होगा कि आचार को नहीं छूना है या बाहर नहीं जाना है या खाना नहीं बनाना है. तो ये सब मिथ्स को लेकर हमने एक प्ले बनाया जिसका नाम था हैप्पी बर्थडे और वो शायद लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगा. हमने बहुत अच्छा एक्ट भी किया उसमें. तो
जो हमारा प्ले था वो पीरियड्स के ऊपर था. सो हमारे इंडिया में हमारा जो ओवरऑल इंडिया है उसमें ना जो पूरा पॉपुलेशन है वो पीरियड्स के बारे में बात नहीं करता है मोस्टली. तो जैसे कि मेन हो गया वो लोग घर में भी पीरियड्स के बारे में बात नहीं करते हैं. एंड हमारे फैमिली में भी बहुत सारे टैबूज हैं कि हमें घर से बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए और पीरियड्स में एक दूसरे को टच नहीं करना चाहिए, फिर अचार नहीं छूना चाहिए. और ये सब टैबूज़ को हम लोग तोड़ने के लिए हमारा ये जो स्ट्रीम प्ले था तो उस पर हमने वर्क किया. एंड उसके बाद हमने ना सैनिटरी पैड की जगह पे क्लॉथ पैड का हमें इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए उसके बारे में भी हमने बताया क्योंकि क्लॉथ पैड सस्टेनेबल होता है एंड वो उसका लॉन्ग टाइम यूज़ होता है और इसकी वजह से हमारे जो एनवायरनमेंट है उसको हानि नहीं होती.
हे भगवान तुम्हें तो पीरियड्स है ना.
But how did the community actually find the messaging? Was it effective? We caught up with audience members to see how they felt.
हमने बोला ना घर जाओ.
ये जो आज का प्रोग्राम था वो बहुत अच्छा था. ये जो प्रोग्राम है नवी मुंबई महानगर पालिका स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण दिन था तो उसमें मासिक महोत्सव करके था. जो भी लेडीज़ है महिलाएं है तो उनको जो पीरियड्स आते हैं तो कैसे उनको टक्कर देनी चाहिए, कैसे सामना करना चाहिए और उसमें क्या यूज़ करना चाहिए, उससे क्या बेनिफिट्स है तो सब कुछ यहाँ पे बताया गया है. और बहुत ऐसे नाटक भी दिखाया गया है और गेम्स वगैरह बहुत है यहाँ पे. तो इंजॉय भी किया है सबने और ये अच्छा लगा है सबको.
With creative, out-of-the-box ways of bringing the message home that periods need to be celebrated and not stigmatized, Masika Mahotsav makes its mark. With video journalist Manas Das, Bureau Reports, CNN News 18.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you!
Well, that's true. We need to talk about it more and more, talk about hygiene when it comes to the menstrual entire cycle also a lot. But talking about it, you know, there are sanitary napkins. There are also cups now. And which brings us to our next guest. Let's put the spotlight on the incredible story of Ira Guha. While she was a student at Howard, she first began exploring the idea of sort of devising a state-of-the-art menstrual cup aimed at India.
Today, the Asan Cup is selling for around 1,500 rupees in the country. It lasts for 10 years. So it's much better for the environment than using a sanitary napkin. And every time you buy one, one is being donated to a woman in India who needs it. It sounds super neat. Let's go over to Ira to understand more about how she's worked on this entire model. Ira, good morning. Welcome to TBC. Ira, tell us, how did the idea for the Asan Cup first come about?
So, Asan as a social enterprise is 3 years old, but I have been interested in menstrual health for nearly, I would say, 8 or 9 years now. I grew up in Bangalore, but I was studying and working in the UK for several years. And when I went home to visit my parents in Bangalore one Christmas, a domestic worker who was working with my mum had started to miss a few days of work. And when I followed up with her to see if she was sick, I was completely shocked to learn that she wasn't sick at all. She just had terrible rashes from the poor quality pads she was using. This was around the time that poor quality, cheap pads were becoming incredibly popular. And when I spoke to her, I learned that a lot of women who were given these pads were actually switching back to cloth rags because they were so uncomfortable and they leaked. And I ended up gifting her a menstrual cup from the UK, which is the product I was using, and she absolutely loved it. She could work in comfort. And then she asked me, can you please bring me back some more for my niece, for my sister? And every time I was traveling back, I started carrying like 5, 10, 20 cups with me. For anyone who doesn't know, a menstrual cup is a reusable period product that you can wash and use over and over, and it lasts for up to 10 years. So that's how I became interested in menstrual health. And then as a graduate student at Harvard, I actually worked with an engineer to design and patent the Asan cup, which is the world's easiest menstrual cup to use, because I had also learned about the difficulties of inserting and removing cups, and I really wanted to make the design very accessible and easy for everyone.
Talking about the design, then, Ira, there are several of these menstrual cups in the market. What's the unique IP when it comes to Asan?
So this is the Asan cup, and Asan means easy. Our mission is to make everyone's lives easy and worry-free on their period. The main thing that is different in the Asan cup is this little removable ring. So older menstrual cups had a stick to locate and bring it lower, and that was actually quite uncomfortable. It used to poke people, and it was really hard to take the cup out. So with this ring, you can kind of just hook your fingers into the ring to bring it lower and then pinch the cup to take it out. The Asan cup also has a bell shape rather than a V shape, so it sits very comfortably. The sizing is based on your flow. So just like with pads, we have light flow, medium flow, heavy flow, which means that if you get the right size, it won't leak. And then finally, the Asan cup is red because we learned that one of the major complaints people had with cups is that they discolor over time. So after you use it 2, 3, 4 times, it starts to go a bit brown, and some people would stop using their cup because of that. The Asan cup, even if you use it for 5 years, will look exactly like this. We use a material called Class 6 medical grade silicone. It is the same material used in heart stents, so it's a medically certified material that is extremely safe for your body.
Ira, one of the coolest things about Asan Cup is that anytime you're buying one, Asan will give one for free to a woman who is in period poverty. She's not able to buy basic menstrual hygiene supplies for herself. How did you go about developing that model?
So when I first designed the Asan cup, I didn't even have a business model in mind. I actually moved to Bangalore and started working with an NGO in rural Kanakapura to look at adoption of the Asan cup and see if women would use it. And these were farming communities, mainly silk farmers, daily wage laborers. And what I learned very quickly is that while there was very, very quick adoption of the Asan cup, women were able to go to work, girls were able to go to school, there was a very high acceptance. Nearly nobody in the community could afford it, even if we were to sell it at cost price. At the same time, I had so many friends both in India and in the UK and the US who had been in our customer feedback trials. So we had 4 trials. We went through 4 rounds of trials when designing the cup. And the feedback they were giving me was, this is so much better than, the highest quality cups that we're using here in the US or the UK. Can you please sell it? Because we would love to buy this from you. And that was when the moment clicked. Actually, there are so many people who can not just afford a high quality menstrual cup, we can even include in the price of that cup the donation. And that's how the 1-for-1 donation model was born. So for every Asan cup we sell, we donate one for free to a woman or girl in rural India who can't access safe period care.
Nice. So that's essentially why the price point is how it is, because that's the dilemma even here with urban India. Women who want to use it, the pricing is much higher.
So the Asan cup costs approximately 1800 rupees. You can get it for 1500 on Amazon. And that is going to be the same as using sanitary pads for just 6 to 8 months, but it'll last you for 10 years. And every time you buy that cup, you're also donating one. With our donations, we partner with very trusted women's health NGOs who have been embedded in rural communities for several decades. And the donation doesn't just include, giving out cups and then not really following up. It includes super detailed education, menstrual health education, training on how to use the cup, and also follow up for at least 6 months. And we don't stop following up with the community until we have at least a 90% adoption rate of the cup.
Ira, tell us, when you were developing this product, what were the challenges that you were facing? Because for many, this is sort of a new technology.
Absolutely. So when it comes to menstrual cups or really any new innovation, the number one challenge is behavioral change, because you are actually asking communities, whether urban or rural, to stop using something that they have been told to use since when they were children, such as sanitary pads or cloth rags, and to adopt something completely different. Now, if I talk directly to, say, a woman in a village and say, use this menstrual cup, there isn't a high level of trust, so I don't have much success. So what I learned with my experience with Asan is all communication and knowledge has to come from a very trusted source. So if we're working, in a village in Gujarat, then it has to be a woman who speaks fluent Gujarati, who's from the community, who's using the Asan cup herself, who in a peer-to-peer model can explain to her peers why this was so life-changing. Similarly, if it's a college-going girl in Bangalore, it's going to be most convincing if she hears it from her sister or another classmate. So our entire knowledge dissemination, both in India and globally, is completely based on a peer-to-peer model.
That's quite an ingenious idea, actually. But Ira, lastly, just want to understand how many of these have you sold so far? Because the project seems to be more community-driven than sales at this point.
We have about 50,000 Asan cup users, both rural and urban, spread across India. Because we are Bangalore-based, there does happen to be a lot of users in rural Karnataka, but we've also seen incredible uptake in areas around Lucknow and Sitapur in UP. We work with Seva in Gujarat. So we've got projects both in north and south of India. And I don't really think there are any barriers anywhere in India. If you have the right behavioral change model and the right trusted partners doing the education, I think this can work anywhere globally. The only other thing I would really want to add, since this is World Menstrual Health Day, is I would encourage all viewers, don't think about menstrual health as periods. Think about it as economic empowerment. Because in our country, with women missing work due to periods and girls missing school due to periods, we're actually losing $87 billion of GDP every single year. So there's a lot of economic potential that can also be unlocked when everybody has access to safe period care. And that's why it's so important for Asan to grow as much as we can and also maintain the quality of our work, because we're empowering people to earn more, be more educated, contribute more, and live safer and happier lives.
Skincare, but ladies, we know another pain point when it comes to the summer, which is your makeup. So we thought we'll bring you the person whose hands have been creating magic, not just on celebrities, but somebody even getting all your bridal dreams come true. The country's best known makeup artist, Namrata Soni, is here with us in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Very well. Thank you for having me, Sonal and Toya.
Yeah, so Namrata, you just heard the dermat over there, right? So the doctor talked about the importance of getting the right things. But when it comes to makeup, the one thing that always troubles people today is that there are just so many options out there. We live in an Instagram world where there are so many brands that pop up and they are, crying for your attention. What is the process, or how do you choose the right brand for your skin?
Okay, so what I would say is first figure out the kind of makeup you like. Do you want to be someone who wants vegan, clean, organic, that plays a very important role in the kind of makeup you want to put on your skin. There are brands today that do all of them. And what's important is that use non-comedogenic products, something that's not going to make your skin break out, something that's not going to clog your pores. We live, like you said, in India, which is extremely hot, dry heat and humid heat. And that means your skin is going to get completely clogged up. So again, more than just using the right products, also removing your makeup at the end of the day is of the utmost importance. We get so lazy when we go back home that we don't do it. So remember your cleansing routine along with good quality products. I would say invest in good quality products. So if I'm talking about brands, I would say some of my favorites would be like Bobbi Brown, it would be Estee Lauder, it would be NARS, it would be Simply Nam, it would be, there are tons again. Just do your research on what you want to put on your face.
You have to see what suits your skin. So there's no one size fit all again in
No,
that
it never
approach.
can be.
Yeah, Toya has a question
Yeah,
for you.
Namrata, can you also tell us, you talked right now about clean, vegan, organic. These have become buzzwords, especially over the last few years. I know sometimes there'll actually be like a little two-leaf symbol behind some products. Can you just tell us the difference between clean and organic, for example? And as a good starting point, if the data is overwhelming us, what's a good starting point?
So I think what you need to understand is the difference between the three. So if you are someone who wants vegan is something that is not tested on animals. It has no animal or animal byproducts in the ingredients. And you should be looking out for ingredients such as organic argan oil, organic jojoba oil, squalene, niacinamide. These are beautiful ingredients that you should look out for in your color cosmetics today, especially because color cosmetics and skincare is infused in everything that you do. So I love that. And then if you're looking out for, say, organic, that's basically non-toxic. There is no kind of pesticides or herbicides that have been used to cultivate those ingredients that you are putting in your color cosmetics and which is eventually going on your skin. And then, of course, you have clean beauty, which is non-toxic. Clean beauty can also be derived from a little bit of synthetic ingredients which are lab grown and of course which are absolutely natural. So the line is really blurry, so definitely read up on the brand that you want to put on your face and what kind of certifications they have on their website and how transparent they are being with what ingredients they're putting on their website.
Reading the labels is like the mantra for the year, from food to cosmetics to everything else as well. But how can we have Namrata in the studio and not make her, run her magic? So we thought we'll put Namrata through a quick challenge. Are you ready for that, Namrata?
Very excited.
Okay, so we've got, here, let's move to that station there. So what we'll get Namrata to do now is a quick demo. We've got Shagun here and Ishita. Hi, good morning. Now, Shagun and Ishita, both very hardworking producers with the network, but they woke up early in the morning because they wanted to understand how this is going to work. So, Namrata, the challenge is that you work with celebrities who have great skin and you have hours to sort of make it work with them. But these girls have only 5 minutes, morning or day. So, if you had 5 minutes to just oomph up their face, how would you do it? And a twist to the story over there is if I only gave you 3 products. But it's time to fix the face now. So Namrata, 5 minutes start now.
Okay, so if you are someone who, like we were talking about, you sweat a lot and we live in a country where it's so hot and humid. So I love using powder blushes in the daytime because it just allows your skin to look fresh, but at the same time, it just sets your makeup really well. So I love using a palette which has 2 colors. I always use a, blush brush. Give me a small little smile. Outer apples of the cheek going high into the cheekbones will lift your face. It will give you a lovely chisel look and it just looks fabulous through the day. So I love doing this. I mix 2 colors always. So basically guideline is right above your cheekbones. Keep your brush right there and just right there outer apples of the cheek. And
there's a
you
whole
have
debate on where the blush should be put.
So actually, honestly speaking, it depends on what kind of lift you want on your face. So if you have a very skinny face, go in to the apples of your cheek. Okay. If you have a slightly larger face but you want a lift to your face, go in high cheekbones, outer apples of the
make
cheek.
it angular.
Make it angular. Go into where you would do your contour, and it works brilliantly. What I also love to do in the day.
Product number 1 is done.
This is the same product I'm using on
Okay.
the eyes now.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm gonna add a lovely, beautiful pinky glow to the eyes for the day. It's great because you also land up feeling a little dull and tired, especially after a long, morning.
Yeah.
So I always take the same, like a beautiful peachy glow on the eyelids.
So
and
this is
it
a
works.
two-in-one product.
It's a two-in-one product that works brilliantly.
Ishita is smiling on that one.
She has such a lovely eye color.
Huh.
So the pink and the gold in it will actually make it pop and look very pretty.
Nice.
Okay, so I love doing that when I'm working in,
So we are on the timer, about 40 seconds left.
Okay, and I'm going to finish this off with a lovely lip tint. I love a lip tint because it just allows your lips to breathe. At the same time, it's a pH infused lip oil which adds a lovely color. It basically takes the unique chemistry of your skin and it allows your lips to get as pink as you would want it to. So that's
Okay.
what I love about, tinted lip oils, tinted balms.
So,
And for
Sonal,
me,
just tell us what were the
that
3
is
products?
perfect for the day.
For this look?
So just 2 actually.
Yeah.
So I've just done it with 2 products. That's a blush palette with 2 colors in it and a tinted lip oil. And of course, if you want a little glow, you can even add it on your skin.
Oh, not bad. And one second, I stand corrected over here. There's still about 2 minutes 40 left and we are done. Ishita, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling lovely. I look lovely.
Nice. So it's time to reset the clock. You've outdone yourself, Namrata.
I mean, if you give me more time, I'll put more products. But that's normal.
Okay, but let's move to a nighttime routine
Yes.
now, okay?
Okay.
So I know Shagun will be like, I'm called to office so early in the morning, and what if I want to go and have a good time in the evening? What do I carry in my purse so I can go from a daytime look to a nighttime look and do that quickly?
Okay, so for the night, what I love is that little balmy glow on the skin, which normally you try and avoid in the day. So I go in for a cream blush. Again, you can use it with your fingertips, you can use it with a blush brush. Again, for her, outer apples of the cheek, going high up into your cheekbones. It's a very dewy, beautiful formulation. I love that about creams and liquids because it just allows your skin to look like you're glowing and you've just done hot yoga and you've come out and you look like amazing.
In Bombay, you don't need that.
You don't need that.
You just put any blush, it'll become dewy in like half an hour. That's the weather.
That's the weather, but I think at night you still land up going to like places which have a lot of air conditioning. In the day you still need something that you don't have to keep touching up, but at night this works
So how do you choose
brilliantly.
the right color for your face?
I think you need to understand what your undertones are. Undertones play a huge important role, but things like peachy pinks, lovely tangerine colors, lovely berry colors, they work brilliantly on most skin tones in India. Another thing I like to do is I use the same thing on the lip to give me a little bit of color. And this works again. It's a beautiful
So
tint.
2-in-1 has become 3-in-1 now.
Yeah. And so this becomes just a lovely, lovely shade on the lips. And I just love the way, tinted balms and tinted blush-ons look on the skin. You can actually see it really brightens that up.
Yeah.
And that's product number 2.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go in with a little bit of a kajal pencil. I love a bronze
night
pencil
drama.
for the night.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make her look up and I'm going to go underneath the bottom waterline.
It's a bronze.
It's a bronze. I love bronze. I think that it just is so soft. And of course, there are a lot of people who don't like black or don't like dark colors. So again, I've got a smudger on the other side. So I'm just going to go in and just diffuse the edges of the product. And of course, depending on how much intensity you want, you can even go into your waterline.
I like how kajals have evolved from being on the waterline to
Yes.
under the waterline.
I love
It's
that.
just-
I only wear it like
Yeah.
that, honestly.
So there was a time when our mothers would actually do the kajal and
And then they would put a tika here.
Yeah.
Or a tika here. But nazar nahi lage. So for me, this is all I need to do when,
bad.
she's got lipstick. Right there.
And how much time do we still have 2 minutes left? I think I gave you a very easy challenge, Amrita.
did.
Next time,
You did.
next time I'll put the clock to only 3.
No, but you know what you need to remember is if you have the right products, you don't need much time to get ready. You know, of course, in the summer, please carry a compact powder. Carry a setting powder. It does a brilliant job in making sure that your skin doesn't remain sweaty, it doesn't look too oily, especially your T-zone. And also what products you apply before you start makeup. Your skin prep is really important. You know, like how we heard the doctor, the skin doctor tell us that it's so important to understand what your skin type is. So if you're someone who has oily skin, use gel moisturizers, serum moisturizers, because it's lighter, your makeup
Stay
will
away
stay
from
heavy
oils,
heavy
maybe even
creams.
clean products for that matter,
Of
because we can have
course.
very, they're
very heavy.
concentrated.
They're very heavy.
yeah.
And what lands up happening is that the minute you step out in the heat, you're going to sweat and perspire all that, however beautiful you may look in the AC or in your
Namrata,
bathroom.
tell us,
it's
for
gonna
that
affect
reason, if you're stepping out, skin
Right.
tint or foundation on the base?
When you're stepping out in the day, I would say a skin tint. If
But
you're
it doesn't
stepping out
melt
at
off,
night, I would say-
especially in Bombay or Delhi?
No, it doesn't. It's
Okay.
No, it depends on what you use underneath your skin to apply it. So like I said, your skin prep. So use a skin primer meant for your skin type. So use a gel-based or a serum-based if you are oily or combination. And if you have very dry skin, use a nice non-comedogenic hydrating moisturizer or primer for your skin. Once you do that, it actually adapts to what your skin type is and it allows your makeup to last and stay much longer.
We are dedicating the next few minutes to the Festival of Cannes. Now, Indian cinema had its best year ever at Cannes. In 30 years, we've not had so many Indians being acknowledged the way they were the Cannes platform. So let's, in case you missed it out a little bit, let's tell you that in a little bit of detail. First up is the one who's everybody's talking about. Director Payal Kapadia won the Grand Prix for the movie All We Imagine as Light, the first Indian ever to do so, and what a proud moment. She is, after all, an FTI student.
The other really big achievement, Best Actress, also to an Indian, Anasuya Sen Gupta, for her movie Shameless. She's also the first Indian to ever have gotten that award.
The Best Short Film, also Indian, Sunflowers, were the first ones to know, directed by Mr. Nayak. He also won that award. And we'll also take you to the La Cinef third prize. It went to Mansi Maheshwari for Bunnyhood. You can see her there in the visuals. And it was not just those who received awards for their current movies. There was a tribute special award that went to the first Asian ever. This was a cinematographer from India and the first Asian, like I said, Santosh Sivan, who got that award. And the first Indian film to be screened at the ACID Cannes program, the ACID Cannes program, In Retreat. It's directed by Maisam Ali. And also the one that everybody was talking about, the Cannes classic, premiered Manthan, the Shyam Benegal, classic movie indeed, that got a special mention over there. So all those of you who are wondering what are these movies, kahan dekh sakte hain, a quick tip for you is that because they have all debuted at the Cannes, that means they will only come to the theatres a little later. But this is a very special mention that all our, yes, that's all our artists got on that platform. So it was a fabulous year, like we said, for Indian filmmakers. But on Instagram, the Cannes red carpet was trending because of all our social media stars. This year also saw the largest chunk of Indian influencers who all descended on the red carpet. We all know the story, and we brought to you Nancy Tyagi as well. What a girl, what a star who has really come into her own. But there were fashion influencers, comedy, chef, the list is really long. There is no way you would have missed hearing about any of them, but just in case you did, we're going to have a panel discussion today on the show with some of the stars who made headlines at Cannes. But that's not all. We also have familiar faces you're used to seeing on your phones when you scroll through social media apps. We're going to hear both sides of the story, those on the red carpet, those who are making videos. What are we talking about? Let's take a look.
actors, content creators, and influencers that have left an indelible mark. We introduce you the stars that have represented India at the Cannes Film Festival and some that the internet has not stopped talking about. Actor Ayush Mehra, actor Chaya Kadam, content creator Hardik Banga, and a financial expert Himani Chaudhary. For Chaya Kadam, 2024 is definitely the year for her. After a great run with the actor's earlier release, Lapata Ladies and Madgaon Express, her film, All That We Imagine as Light, became the first Indian film to win the Grand Prix at the 77th Cannes Film Festival. Ayush Mehra, the dynamic actor renowned for his captivating performances both in digital and cinematic realms, made his debut at the Cannes, representing the vibrant actresses community of India. The internet has not stopped talking about his hand-stitched ivory blazer. From actors to the faces that we often come across while scrolling through Instagram is Hardik Banga, who's a favorite among Gen Z, is a content creator and an emerging influencer who has a lot of advice about men and women in relationship. And finally, we introduce you to Himani Chaudhary, who has made a difference in so many lives with her easy hacks to manage and understand the world of finance. Bureau Report, CNN News 18.
All right, so that was a brief glimpse into what we've got on the program with you. Let's, on that note, open it up, as they say, for our guest this morning. Hello, welcome to TVC.
Hello.
Let me introduce our Bombay guest first here, and then we'll go across to Delhi as well. We've got Chaya Kadam. What a moment, मैम, आपके लिए क्या मूवी बनाई आपने. और इस पूरा, जैसे हमने अपनी स्टोरी में भी कहा कि ये सिर्फ लापता लेडीज़ में मंजू माई के बारे में नहीं है, ये मडगांव एक्सप्रेस है, ये मूवी जो लोगों ने देखी नहीं है, जिसके बारे में ऑलरेडी इतने अवार्ड्स मिल गए, उसके बारे में है. तो बहुत ही फैबुलस ईयर गया. मैं पहले बाकी सबके पास जाऊँ, मैं पहले आपसे जानना चाहती हूँ, और मैं अपने ऑडियंसेस को एक बहुत स्पेशल इन्फॉर्मेशन भी देना चाहती हूँ. सो छाया जब गई कैन में, लोग बड़े बड़े डिज़ाइनर के कपड़े पहनते हैं, लोगों के पास जाते हैं. छाया ने चूज़ करी अपनी मॉम की साड़ी. शी सेड कि क्योंकि मेरी मॉम को जाना था, शी ऑलवेज वांटेड टू ट्रैवल अब्रॉड एंड शी कुडंट, सो शी वोर हर साड़ी, शी वोर हर नथ. हमारी स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट पर वो अपनी वो स्पेशल नथ पहन कर भी आए हैं हमारे स्टूडियो के लिए. सो थैंक यू सो मच. और पहले हमें बताइए कैसा था पूरा कैन का एक्सपीरियंस, क्या पूरा स्टारडम वाला फीलिंग आ रहा है?
हाँ, मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि कैन फेस्टिवल जाना है या नहीं, लेकिन जब पता चला तब बहुत खुशी हुई. लेकिन कैन फेस्टिवल जो सुना था अब तक, तो ऐसे लगता था कैन फेस्टिवल यानी बड़े बड़े गाउन होना ज़रूरी है. लेकिन हम हमारी फिल्म लेके गए थे. एक्साइटेड थे बहुत, लेकिन थोड़ा वो भी था ना कि बहुत लोगों ने हमें बताया था कि रेड कारपेट वो गाड़ियाँ आएगी, फिर वो गाड़ी में से जाना है. हाँ, रेड कारपेट, रेड ऐसे जाना है, प्रोटोकॉल उनके. फिर आपको वहाँ पर है ना जल्दी 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 करेंगे, सी पोज देने हैं ऐसे ऐसे, फिर स्टेप चढ़ के जाना. नहीं वही हमें
चिल लग रहे थे आप.
नहीं हमें पहले तो ये बताया गया था ना कि ऐसे है, तो वो थोड़ा दिमाग में था. तो वही लेकर हम लोग वहाँ पहुँचे. लेकिन जैसे गाड़ी वहाँ रुकी और मैं गाड़ी से उतर रही थी ना, तो मैंने एक गाना सुना. वहाँ पर गाना लगा था गुलाबी साड़ी आनी, वो जो गाना है ना, यस. तो मुझे ऐसे हुआ, अरे मैंने बोला अरे मराठी गाना. फिर क्या, वो सुनने के बाद वो
मराठी गाना इन कैन. So Marathi Gana in Cannes, that's the story that we really need to carry from this. We also have Ayush with us. We also have Hardik over here. And Toya is also sitting with the guests.
Right.
Let's hop across to Delhi for a moment. We'll come right back.
We have Himani here with us. Himani is a financial influencer, if it's fair to call you that. Himani, my mother follows you on Instagram. I was just telling you before this. So we have a mix today. We have with us not just you. We in the Mumbai studio, we of course have the creator Hardik Banga, who's with us. You both will provide us with the creator side of things, and of course we have with us Ayush, and earlier we were speaking to Chaya to tell us what happened on the Cannes red carpet. Guys, let's get into this discussion. Let's understand more. Sunil, you were just speaking to Chaya, and Chaya, आप हमें बता रहे थे कितनी exciting experience थी आपके लिए. Ayush, आप भी वहाँ पे थे. I think you were also on the Cannes red carpet. Tell us also about your experience.
So starting में, as Chaya ma'am said, कैसा बताते हैं कि यार it's a red carpet and you know time नहीं मिलेगा and you know you have to pose and all that. मैंने बोला क्या ही हो गया है, ऐसे चल के जाना है. But वो ऐसे बहुत थोड़ा overhype करते हैं उसे, इतना है नहीं. Because at the end of the day, you're going for a film screening. You know, it's Cannes Film Festival. You're going there to watch films. It's a film festival. It's not only about the clothes. Like one day I was just discussing with my friends and I was like, if somebody had worn such elaborate clothes for my film premiere and the attention was on the clothes, not on the film, I would kill them.
Very interesting point.
But you know, it's actually, it was a very good experience as an actor. It's an amazing and fun moment. You know, you've heard about Cannes, not like now, you've heard about it when you started acting. And greatest of the greatest filmmakers have been there. And to just know that they've walked the same carpet, they've sat in the same chairs, they've been in the same premise, and such great things have come out of that. It just leaves you very inspired and motivated, and it makes you feel like a, oh wow, this is
While
so nice.
you're talking about all of this, Ayush, I can see Himani and Hardik going like, damn FOMO, man. Oh no, we didn't go there. What is happening? And that's why we wanted to bring in, you know, you guys also on the program to understand what is it that about, what is this Cannes charisma that people keep talking about, and क्या actually में FOMO हुआ था? तो हार्दिक, आप हमें बताइए कि अगले साल के आपने अपने already PR को फोन करके बोल दिया है, I want, you better put me there.
इससे पहले इतना फोमो था, अब मेरे को इतना फोमो हो गया है सुनने के बाद. बट ऑब्वियसली ये तो है ही, बट इट्स वेरी प्राउड मोमेंट फॉर ऑल द इंडियंस कि इतने बड़े लेवल पे वी आर रिप्रेजेंटेड नाउ. बट एज एन इन्फ्लुएंसर, जैसे मैंने बहुत सारे अपने फेलो इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को देखा रेड कारपेट पे, तो अंदर तो था यार कि कब आएगी मेरी बारी, कब आएगा. बट या एज आयुष सेड, इट इज़ वेरी इंस्पिरेशनल. बट हाँ, अब मेरी नेक्स्ट ईयर की बकेट लिस्ट में टॉप पे आ गया भाई. आई हैव टू वॉक देयर नो मैटर व्हाट हैपेंस.
Himani, आपको भी हुआ sitting in Delhi or here with us? Tell us.
Actually, I'll agree with Hardik. इतना FOMO नहीं हो रहा था, but when I saw it, I actually thought that this is kind of a milestone for creators. It's not about the films, it's not about what's actually happening there, but it's all about your personal achievement. कि okay, मैंने कुछ किया है, तभी मुझे वहाँ पे बुलाया है. So हाँ, वो sense of achievement is something which was lacking जब हम देख रहे थे कि हाँ यार, इन लोगों को एक जैसे बोलते हैं प्लेटफॉर्म मिल रहा है. प्रॉबेबली हमें भी कभी वो प्लेटफॉर्म मिलेगा, इफ़ नॉट कांस देन समथिंग एल्स. पॉइंट ये है कि वो अचीवमेंट फील होनी चाहिए कि हाँ, एक वैल्यू, एक इम्पैक्ट हमने क्रिएट किया जिसकी वजह से लोग हमें जान रहे हैं.
So थोड़ा सा pushback था, and Sonal and me we were just discussing this before, that there has been a little pushback also, though on digital media we've seen this new debate now that are influencers taking away the focus from films. This is Cannes is where you honor the highest creation in art. So
Exactly.
Is this taking away from that? And we wanted to bring that to all of you because you're this mixed bouquet of, you know, creators and actors that we have with us right now. Himani, did you think at all?
No. How can it take away something from movies? We are still excited about Pathaan or Jawan. We are not excited about some influencer's video. So that is not at all comparable. Comparable are people. For example, influencers versus actors or any kind of celebrity. Because now when someone becomes a little famous, their voice has more importance. Which is why you can say that people think that influencers are replacing kind of the celebrity status. But it's not the real scenario.
You don't think that's
but
actually
movies, no one can replace movies.
Yeah. Wow.
Movies, it's in your heart.
Himani, if I can, you know, it's like you used two big movies names. You said Pathaan and all of them. These are big budget, big producer movies. the intention with Cannes has always been to sort of give a platform to independent movie makers,
Indie
those
movies,
who don't
right,
have that
right.
kind of a backing.
Exactly.
That is where it's coming. But छाया, आपके क्या thoughts हैं इस पर? आपको लगता है कि इतना जो backlash हुआ सोशल मीडिया पे कि इन्फ्लुएंसर्स ने सारा लाइमलाइट ले लिया, वो जाके अपना रील खींच कर आ गए, मूवी के बारे में बात नहीं किया, ये इसके बारे में आपको क्या लगता है?
सच बताऊं, हम लोग वहाँ पर थे ना, तो हम अपने इसमें इतने बिजी थे, ये यहाँ आने के बाद हम लोग सुन रहे हैं सब। हम इसी में खुश थे कि भाई हम एक ऐसी फिल्म का हिस्सा है जो 30 साल बाद हमारी फिल्म सिलेक्ट हुई है। हाँ, कुछ लोगों का वहाँ पर था भाई, जैसे हम लोग होटल में जाते थे ना, तो होटल के बाहर इतनी भीड़ होती थी और हर कोई, अभी मैं ज़्यादा पहचान नहीं पाई किसी को, तो लेकिन उनके पीछे जो भीड़ होती थी कि फोटोग्राफर ये वो, तो
सिर्फ गाउन पकड़ने के लिए 10 लोग।
हाँ, यानी हम उस भीड़ में से ना एक्सक्यूज मी ऐसे करके जाना पड़ता था। लेकिन मुझे लगता है वो हर किसी का, हाँ ये जैसे हमें खुशी थी कि हम हमारी फिल्म लेके जा रहे, वैसे उनका भी है कि भाई हम एक कान फेस्टिवल अटेंड करना है।
इसके बारे में भी ना बहुत सारी बातें कर सकते हैं, बट छाया मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ, एक फेस्टिवल में रिकग्निशन मिलने का, इतना बड़ा अवार्ड मिलने का मतलब क्या होता है एक इंडिपेंडेंट आर्टिस्ट के लिए, एक इंडिपेंडेंट मूवी मेकर के लिए? क्योंकि मतलब हम अगर देखें, आपकी जो डायरेक्टर हैं वो भी FTI से पढ़ी हुई हैं, पढ़ाई करके, मतलब इट्स अ वेरी फर्स्ट क्लास स्टूडेंट रिकग्निशन। इसका मतलब क्या होता है मूवी इंडस्ट्री में?
हमारे लिए तो ये था ना, यानी उस दिन मुझे जब नाम डिक्लेयर किया, तो शुरुआत जो की थी ना, वहाँ से पूरा यहाँ तक का जो सफ़र है ना, वो मेरे आँख के सामने आया था। क्योंकि शुरुआत की तभी एक सीन के लिए है ना, यानी कोई एक सीन के लिए बुलाता था ना, मैं खुश हो जाती थी, अरे यार। फिर कई बार ऐसे भी होता था कि अरे हो गया है कास्टिंग, और हम लोग पूरा, पहले तो ऐसे था, किसी का फ़ोन भी आता था ना, खुश हो जाते थे, फुल एक पहले दिन से तैयारी, अरे शूटिंग जाना है, और फिर वो स्टूडियो के गेट पे पहुँचते ही फ़ोन आता, अरे ते कैंसिल झालं। तो यहाँ से शुरू हुआ था, और उसके बाद फिर ये देखने को मिलना, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, बहुत बड़ी बात है। और इस ऐसे टीम के साथ काम करने को मिला, पायल के बारे में क्या बताऊँ यार, ये अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ, लेकिन
पायल ने बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल बात बोली जब उनको अवार्ड मिल रहा था। उन्होंने कहा कि अब 30 साल मत लगाइएगा एक और मूवी को रिकग्नाइज करने के लिए, तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। आयुष, कम इन ऑन दिस वन, सो यू आर समवेयर इन द मिडल, राइट? दिस डिबेट बिटवीन इन्फ्लुएंसर्स वर्सेस एक्टर वर्सेस व्हाटएवर, यू आर थिंकिंग बॉस आई एम ओके, आई वेंट इन माय कैपेसिटी। But did you get to watch the movies, like the whole purpose? How did it go?
I watched Furiosa. The first day I landed there, I watched Furiosa, and George Miller was sitting over there, and I'm a huge George Miller fan. I don't know since how long. Like I've seen his Mad Max Purani wali also. Fury Road I must have seen at least 50 times. मेरे को याद है फर्स्ट टाइम जब मैं देख रहा था, मैं पॉपकॉर्न लाया था, मैंने खाया ही नहीं था फर्स्ट हाफ, क्योंकि मैं ऐसे ही था, और फिर मेरे को रियलाइज हुआ मेरे पे पॉपकॉर्न पड़ा हुआ है, मैंने खाया क्यों नहीं है। So to be sitting in the room and watching a film with him was unreal. And I'm a huge Chris Hemsworth fan as well, and Chris Hemsworth was also there. What a good looking man, वो कैसे दिखता है एक तो। So that was great. Then we saw Kinds of Kindness, where Emma Stone and Yorgos की film थी। I'm a huge Emma Stone fan as well. मतलब मैंने एमा स्टोन,
you had your full bucket list,
लाइक मैंने इन लोग को एटलीस्ट, जब मैंने एक्टिंग शुरू की थी 10-12 साल पहले, तब से मैं इनको देखता आ रहा हूँ, इनकी पिक्चरें, एग्जैक्टली, एंड
मास्टर क्लास ऑन मूवीज,
एंड सिटिंग विद देम एंड वाचिंग अ फिल्म विद देम वाज समथिंग व्हिच आई वाज लाइक, माय लॉर्ड, हाउ इज दिस हैपनिंग, लाइक आई डोंट नो, लाइक I'm a Francis Ford Coppola fan, and he came with his film after 50 years, Megalopolis. वो Apocalypse Now के साथ Palme d'Or जीते थे, and to be there with it, like just in his presence, I would give him an offer he wouldn't refuse. ये मैं सोचा था अगर मैं मिलूंगा मैं बोल दूंगा उनको। तो ऐसे बहुत ही ज़्यादा फन था, और सबसे 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 इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ था कि इंडिया का फिल्म था 30 years के बाद
Nice.
in the main competition.
Yeah.
And since a lot of them were leaving beforehand, I was like, दुनिया इधर की उधर हो जाए. 23rd को मुझे वहाँ, मैं फर्स्ट रो में बैठा था. मैं मजाक भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं फर्स्ट रो पे बैठा था because I really wanted to watch that film. I really wanted to be like, I want to be a part of a film which is being screened in Cannes, Indian film, where I don't have to read the subtitles. I will understand. They speak in Hindi, they speak in Marathi, Gujarati, and I was just like, superb. And I've seen Ma'am. This whole year I've been only seeing Ma'am
In everything.
phenomenal things. I'm a huge fan of her Kanchan Komdi. I messaged her also saying कि Kanchan Komdi मेरी favorite है अभी भी. And she was so good in the film. The film is so good, and it's such a proud moment to just be there and witness. And it got an ovation of 8 minutes. Ma'am ऐसे बहुत modest होंगी, but 8 minutes सब लोग ने ovation
वहाँ
दिया.
कुछ इंडियंस थे उन्होंने सीटीवीटी
सब ऐसे हम लोग तो चिल्ला रहे थे. Like there were a few Indians जो दिख रहा था कि तुम ही हो ना. So it was beautiful. We cheer for our people. We cheer for our films, and it was genuinely a proud moment to be there. Like I wasn't part of the film, but just to be a part of this industry and to see a film over there.
It was quite huge.
It was quite huge. It was surreal.
But let's switch to the influencers also, who also sort of got so much of attention in the process as well. Toya.
Yeah, Hardik, Himani, both of you, we actually want to ask you because, you know, one of the things we're talking about right now, Chaya ji, हमने ये नहीं बोला, but, you know, आप जैसे बता रहे थे, आपका मतलब decade long, more than a decade long आपका career रहा है. Today, obviously, we're talking about these films, but you've been in the industry for a while. Ayush, for you too, it's been a while of navigating. And just like that, right now, of course, Himani, Hardik, we're talking about both of you. Hardik, I learned that you were at one point also a finance expert of sorts, and then you switched track to making in different relationship-related content. But there was a brief moment there we found. Himani, you were at Deloitte before you decided to jump full-fledged into content creation. And we had this question. You know, we're talking to actors who are established and they've had that long journey onto the red carpet. You both have taken this kind of untraditional route, jumped into it. Tell us, both of you, Himani, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about making that jump into what you do today. How, because Deloitte is a job a lot of Indian parents would say, Beta, don't leave it. You made that jump.
Yeah,
Tell
they
us.
told me, don't leave it. Of course, Deloitte was like a dream come true for me. It was my dream company. I remember when I went for the interview, my hand was shaking because I wanted that job so much. And even after getting it, I had to fight with my parents that, no, I want to do this. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. The exposure that I got, I loved it. I actually transformed from a student to a professional because it was my first job. But I don't know what happened during COVID. When I had a lot of time to think about my career, my goals. So I thought, let's go back to my original dream, that was to become a teacher. You know, when I was younger, I used to steal chalk from my classroom. I'll come back, imagine my Almira to be the blackboard, and I'll, you know, teach imaginary students. I continued it in my post-graduation. I used to teach my friends. In my job also, I used to take training sessions. So I thought that, you know, this is something for me. So I was naturally inclined towards content creation. I thought that this is something that I should do. Like, this is literally made for me. So I started creating content. But yeah, it was very difficult for me to leave the job because parents को कैसे समझाएं? पेरेंट्स को कैसे समझाएं कि ये भी एक करियर है, जब खुद भी नहीं पता कि ये करियर हो भी सकता है और ऊपर से इतनी एक एस्टैब्लिश जॉब छोड़ो. तो हाँ, मैंने एक माइलस्टोन बनाया था कि अगर मैं इस कंटेंट क्रिएशन से इतने पैसे कमा लूँ जितनी मेरी सैलरी के हैं और मुझे कुछ फ्यूचर स्कोप दिखता है तो ही मैं छोड़ूंगी, वरना नहीं छोड़ूंगी. So yeah, I had to keep, मतलब दोनों बैलेंस करके मुझे चलना पड़ा.
So Hardik, just to sort of, you know, juxtapose with what Himani is also saying. तो क्या ये ऐसा मोमेंट जब ऐसे होते हैं जैसे द प्राइम मिनिस्टर acknowledges creators, or on the Cannes Film Festival, on the red carpet, we see so many creators. It brings in more legitimacy, or that debate is sorted now? That's done. The creator economy is here to stay, and this is how it is going to be. It will become easier for next generation of creators to talk to their parents, maybe.
Of course, it gets easy when Prime Minister like recognizes there's a content creation as a job or something like, कि भाई हाँ ये भी है, this is a profession now. But I think when I started content creation, I knew that कि मैं बड़ा कर सकता हूँ इसमें, and there are very few people doing it right now. But with the short form content coming in since COVID, I knew कि this is going to be very big in future, and I think this is where we just start right now. You will see a lot more faces, you will see a lot more people sitting right here talking to you guys, and this will just continue to get big and very bigger in future as well.
बट ये क्या स्कैरी है बाकी लोगों के लिए? छाया, मुझे आपके जानने हैं, ये तो मतलब एक तरफ मैं क्या ही बोलूं, आपको दिमाग में चल रहा होगा, देखो आजकल के बच्चे क्या मतलब, हाँ कंटेंट क्रिएशन यूट्यूब कर रहे हैं, हमने देखो एक रोल के लिए क्या क्या किया, ये होता है दिमाग में कि आपको लगता है कि नहीं ठीक है, सबका अलग अलग जर्नी है? एंड द ब्यूटी ऑफ इंडिया एट दिस पॉइंट इज कि देयर इज स्पेस फॉर एवरीवन,
यस,
स्पेस फॉर एवरी क्राफ्ट.
नहीं, मुझे तो लगता है कि वो सेम है, अपनी अपनी जर्नी है. अभी जैसे मैं देखती हूँ, मुझे ज़्यादा पता नहीं है, लेकिन मैं कहीं बाहर जाती हूँ ना, तो आप सब लोगों की, यानी मुझे नहीं पहचानते अपने लोग, मैं क्या कर रही हूँ उन्हें पता नहीं होता. अभी मैं जहाँ से हूँ कोकण से, तो उनको मेरी फिल्में पता नहीं होती, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ थिएटर ही नहीं है मेरे गाँव में. तो उनको है ना ये सब यूट्यूब पे और देख के ये बाकी लोग पता है, तो मैं खुश होती हूँ यार. यानी मेरा करियर शुरू होने में, मैं बोलती हूँ, मैंने 2001 में वर्कशॉप किया था और पहला प्रोजेक्ट मिलने में 6 साल निकल गए. तो मुझे लगता है मेरी जैसी जर्नी नहीं किसी को, ये अच्छा है ना. और बहुत मेहनत है. मैं देखती हूँ ना, अभी मेरी भी कुछ दोस्त है, कितनी मेहनत है यार. हमें एक सेल्फी निकालने के लिए मुझे बहुत घंटे निकल जाते हैं. ये
पर आप जो काम करती हैं उसमें भी बहुत मेहनत है. यू आर एक्सट्रीमली मॉडेस्ट, छाया, आई मस्ट से दिस. बट आयुष, योर थॉट्स ऑन दिस?
I also feel that ma'am said it right, to each his own journey. I have started out acting 12 years back, and I was an AD before that. In the middle of COVID, when everything stopped, you didn't have anything to do, then you would just put up funny videos because you had to be entertained yourself at home. तो ऐसा मिक्स करते करते, आई थिंक दैट्स व्हेन द कंटेंट क्रिएशन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ everyone started. I think everyone was a content creator at that point of time. Even if you're putting up your gym videos, your photos at home, your cooking video, now if you break it down, you're sharing a piece of your life, but that's content for people to watch. So if you term it as that, then yeah, it is. But then, of course, his ideology and method for this would be very different, because he has to put out something every 2 days or one day. It's a job, and you know that must be very tiring. I'm glad that we don't have to do that every day, but we still, when we feel like we do it, but it's so difficult. Like I have so many friends who do it, and they're phenomenal at it, and I only watch their reels 95% of the time, and they're like, ये trend है, ये कर सकते हैं क्या? So it's a fun medium. I think everyone, there is space for everyone, and everyone, whatever everyone wants to do, they can do that. Why do we have to box people in? कि ये सिर्फ यही कर सकता है और ये सिर्फ यही गलत करेगा और इसको यहाँ नहीं आना चाहिए. Correct. अरे उसको वहाँ आना है, यहाँ जाना है, वो करना है, सब करने दो ना, because
platform doesn't matter. Talent matters.
Talent matters. Exactly.
That's the bottom line.
How does it matter? Like I give people the example of this. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck weren't getting opportunities to do anything when they started off, but they wrote Good Will Hunting and they gave themselves the opportunity. Now I'm saying
that's a good point. Yeah,
I'm saying that why can't we accept the fact that somebody would do the same and just break out of their shell and do something iconic. That's an iconic film, but people will make sure that they put you in a box. So I think you should not care about boxes and all that jazz. You should do what you feel like doing and just do what gives you happiness. Opinions will happen always.
What's really beautiful is we started almost this show by saying that there seems to be this dichotomy, you know, the content creator versus the actor. And it's so lovely to see all of you sitting here and saying, nahi, hum sab ek hi hain. There's actually no, you know, fissures between us. We're all creators. We're all content creating in a sense. Ayush, that seems to be your point, that even, you know, today actors, we are all, even frankly, Sonal and I, we are content creating in the end of the day. Himani, just tell us a little bit, because we do want to know a little bit more about the struggle. And Hardik, we were talking to you a little bit about how you made that decision, you know, to switch over from finance, which was what you were doing for a second there. Then you went into making these relationship-related videos. You made that jump, and it's a very different kind of content. How does one make decisions like that? Just tell us. Are you looking at the numbers? Because that's very different from films. You're getting real-time feedback constantly.
So yeah, when I was back in college in first year, I started doing some investing on my own. तो मुझे लगा यार तो मैं बता सकता हूँ, which was 90% not correct. तो मैंने बताना शुरू किया. Then I got feedback कि भाई तू कुछ भी बोलता है, ये सब मत कर. तो and then I checked my fact and like मैं गलत था काफी जगह पे. Then I was like ये नहीं, I cannot be someone who provides false information. ठीक है, just because it was getting views. So I stopped it. And then I got into this phase of life where everything shattered in front of my eyes. ये सब चीजें, personal relationships. I had a startup in college, which failed miserably in like 2-3 days only. One day we were kings, and 3 days back we were
3 days में तो one day you were king.
Yes, it was just like that. पूरी team छोड़ के चली गई थी 3 दिन में.
Oh gosh.
And personal relationships, everything was just gone. And I suffered from typhoid at the time. So it was 10 days of bed rest. And no content, nothing. I was consuming nothing. I was watching nothing. Was me with my thoughts. And I was like, करना क्या है? Engineer बनना है या content बनाना है? क्या करना है? और मैं बचपन से ना कैमरा लेके निकल जाने वाला बच्चा था. I am making videos since I was 10. तो 13-14 साल से मैंने वीडियोस बनाई हैं.
Hardik is that generation, friends. This is that generation. This is Gen Z we are talking about.
तो मोबाइल में कैमरा ही नहीं होता था वो टाइम पे तो.
अब मैं कैमरा खरीद के वीडियो बनाता था. तो उसके बाद देखा था कि नहीं करना तो इसी में है, but I will give myself one another chance. When I recovered from that disease, तो उसके बाद I was like, I will give just 5 days to content creation. I will shift everything. And I started making content what was in my head. कि मेरे को कैसा फील होता है about life and about people, about relationships. I started speaking about it. And when I was real,
authenticity आई तो success भी आ गई.
Exactly.
That is the whole
That's
point.
the biggest thing I've also learned in life. When you are real and yourself, you will get the best results.